The Utah Hockey Club is now 1-0 in preseason play. They beat the Blues last night 5-3. Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. It's time to talk about it. Let's get out of the zone phone. He covers the Utah Hockey Club for KSLSports.com, the one and only Cole Bagley. What's going on, Cole?
How we doing, guys?
We're doing great. You got to watch the first game yesterday. Utah Hockey Club wins 5-3. Slow start, down 2-0, but battled back. What stood out?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that stood out was, how much fight and resilience this team has. A bit of a rough start, some weird things that were going on in the game. They give up a shorthanded goal early, and then they had that wild, completely unlikely goal early in that first period. I don't know if you guys saw it, but an open net goal that happened off a delayed penalty. That's not something that happens very often. I've actually never seen a goal like that in an NHL game. So just a weird start. They find themselves down 2-0, but they score 3 unanswered and end up winning 5-3. So can't ask for much more.
What was the Bears' take after the game?
He's happy with what he saw, especially from that top line, Cooley and Gunther and McBain. That line was working hard, and they finally cashed in on a couple of opportunities. That's a line that we might see as the second or third line once the official NHL season begins. And for the most part, just happy to see the resilience from the guys. They stuck to their game. They stayed physical. It was interesting. As I was watching the game early on, and you look at the score, it's 2-0 for St. Louis. I just thought there's not a whole lot of reasons that this team should be in the lead right now, just based off, how well Utah possessed the puck in the offensive zone. They were creating chance after chance, and, they stuck with it, which is what Coach Bear kind of talked about, that they wanted to stick to that plan despite the fact that, it wasn't necessarily yielding a lot of results early on, but they kept with it. They played hard. They were the more physical team, and at the end of the day, that finally helped them put pucks in the back of the net. And, if you're counting that own goal, they scored 6 goals last night. So a lot to be excited about with this team.
Cool to watch Logan Cooley, Dylan Gunther, Carcone had the 2 goals, but maybe even as notable was who we didn't see, which was Clayton Keller. We didn't see Mikhail Sergachev. We didn't see Connor Ingram. Do we expect to see all of those guys tonight in Salt Lake City?
Yeah, so I don't have an official roster yet. I am waiting on that to hit my inbox here, hopefully in the next 15 to 30 minutes. But I am actually here at the Utah Olympic Oval. I'm at ice level right now, and I've got eyes on Sergachev. I've got eyes on Keller. I've got eyes on Nick Schmaltz, Connor Ingram, Maverick Lamoureux, Lawson Krause. So, anticipating that each of these guys that are out on the ice tonight, we're going to see the vast majority of Utah's premier talent against the LA Kings as long as nothing changes. It should be pretty darn close to what Utah will look like once the regular season begins.
And Trevor Lewis going to play for the Kings, right?
He is. I have confirmation that Trevor will play, which is exciting. He's a Utah native. He played hockey here locally for a bit, and he's a great guy. I actually had an opportunity to meet him after he won the Stanley Cup. I think it was 2012 with the LA Kings. He's still with the organization. He normally would not play in a preseason game like this, at this point in his career, but it's an opportunity for him to play in an official NHL preseason game in front of, a lot of family and friends, and, as a Utah native, just a cool opportunity.
I know Bear said that there was going to be one player who played Sunday and played Monday night also. Do we know who it is, and what's the thinking behind having that one player?
I'm not entirely sure who it is at this point. I haven't been told, and as I've scanned the ice this morning, I don't see anybody out there who played last night. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to see, a skater who was in the game last night play tonight. Maybe the coaching staff decided to give them the morning off and have them practice later, just because the team got in late last night. It was just a day trip to Des Moines. But I think if I was going to take a guess, I would say either Cole Beaudois or Tyler Yamamoto, simply based on the fact that I think there's a lot of good reasons to give one of those guys a shot to demonstrate what they have with both squads. For Beaudois, he's had a remarkable training camp. So he was selected number 24 overall in this year's draft. Wasn't really anticipated to be making any NHL noise for the next few seasons, but he's had a heck of a camp. He's come in, he's been unafraid, he's been confident, he's done everything that he does well amongst NHL skaters. And he looked pretty good last night, and so I think for him, we might see him as that player that plays twice just to get a full good look early on to see what this kid can do. For Yamamoto, this is a guy, a 7-year veteran who's bounced around the league a little bit. I believe he was a former first-round pick back in 2017. For him, he's on a tryout deal right now, so he's not assigned to the team outside of this training camp duration. So I think for him, it would make a lot of sense to see him twice, just to make sure that he's got chemistry with the team, that he belongs on this team. And so far, what I've seen from him in training camp is that he does. And I was able to ask Coach Bear, his thoughts on what he's seen from him. He said, "I see an NHL player, I see an NHL skater, a guy that has a lot of fight still left in him, and he's a remarkably fast player." I don't know if you guys were able to watch last night, but the way that he moves with the puck is very quickly, and he's very dangerous. He actually hit the crossbar in the game last night. So if I had to guess, it'd be one of those guys, but I should know here fairly shortly once we get that roster if we're going to see somebody who played last night play at the Delta Center tonight.
Well, we'll keep an eye on KSLSports.com for that and all of your great coverage, Cole. Thank you very much. We know you have to get to cover and practice, so appreciate you jumping on.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys. We'll see you soon.